So this is actually part 2 of this 2-part TikTok that I'm making. So if you haven't watched part 1, then go check that out before you watch this one. But the reason I say that deconstruction content for me is not sustainable long term is simply because of how remarkably frustrating it is to have these conversations with people day in and day out. And just when you think you're starting to make progress with one person or one group of people, a whole new slew of people come in, forcing you to start all over again, asking the same basic questions you've already answered over and over again. But that really brings me to the most important point. In order for people to see the truth about Christianity and the Bible and the beliefs systems that it implements and the way it affects people's mental health and the way it affects people's empathy and the way they view the nation and politics and the world we live in, all of that hinges on the individual person's desire to want to see truth and know truth. I can't convince anybody of anything if they don't actually want to know the truth. I can lay down the best historical arguments about mimesis, about plagiarism, about the way the Bible was made, how it was made, when it was made, the adjustments to it, the bullcrap scriptures that were taken in, put out, all kinds of stuff. We can point out the powerless nature of the Bible and how the key leaders of Christianity today and through history have just done egregious, terrible things in the name of Christ and in the name of God. I can lay out logical arguments explaining how the things that the Bible says can't possibly be true logically or scientifically or in any other way, historically. But at the end of the day, if a person doesn't want the truth, if they don't want to hear the counter arguments, at the end of the day, if someone's convinced completely and totally that any secular information they hear is actually coming from the lips of a demon or some Satan worshiper, and they don't want to change, then they just never will. There is so much content on TikTok and on YouTube and everywhere else on the internet that's already there for anybody who wants to find it. Anyone who wants to know why people leave Christianity and why it's all complete and total BS, they can find the answers to that. Not just from the TikToks that I've made, but from the TikToks that you guys have made and many, many others, and from the many, many YouTube channels that already exist covering a whole range of these topics. Now, I believe every single person's perspective is important, and it's important for every content creator to share their own perspective and their own story, because you never know who you're going to meet and when you're going to meet someone right where they need to be met to help them wake up. So say your piece, do what you want, and tell your story. But don't let Christians continue to ruin your life.